NJ.com here with John Stone, the latest player to commit to Rutgers football, a class of 2023 prospect, set to play guard. How's it going, John? Talk a little bit about that process for so long, just kind of fighting and building yourself into this kid who will now, go to Rutgers and represent a Big Ten program.
Just being a dog, just working out and just keeping my head straight, staying focused, getting schoolwork done, handling business on the field, and I'm wrestling right now, so it's helping me a lot with football too.
I'm hearing a lot of big-time, high-caliber schools were actually in here after Rutgers offered. Penn State, Texas A&M. Just shows the caliber of player that some of these schools think you are. What are some of the things that they like about you on film?
Physicality, my bend, just nastiness, overall nastiness play, and my intelligence, smart. I play smart, for sure.
And talk a little bit about that work ethic I keep hearing so much about from people in the area. You told me you actually use this practice field to make yourself better throughout the offseason.
Yeah, we have great facilities here, Washington Township. We have Tom Brown Field over there, the main field. We have the practice field here. Beautiful weight room in South Jersey. It's about over there in the school. O'Brien Hall, locker room. We have all the facilities and all the tools you can ask for. You just got to use them. Some kids don't use them, but I choose to use them to the most of my ability, and I work out constantly and recover.
So we were talking about it a little bit beforehand. You're pretty much like a self-made recruit. I mean, you really worked yourself into a guy the caliber, where big-time schools will come here to Washington Township to check you out. I think the last time Rutgers seriously recruited a guy here was Ryan D'Imperio. Had to be over a decade ago. Do you know Ryan or about his Rutgers legacy?
Yes, sir, I do know about him. He actually coached for 2 years. Last year he didn't coach. He coached 2 years before for 2 years. He was our special teams coach. He's crazy. He would line up against us. He put the pads on, line up against me, and he played DN up against me, and it was fun. He's crazy, but we love Coach Rye, and he makes our program better.
I know wrestling's also a big part of you and sort of what you do. I know you're approaching your 20th win of the season. Is it about the competition for you?
Yes, sir. It's about the competition, footwork, staying in shape, conditioning, stuff like that.
Tell me how it feels to get a big-time pin under the lights.
It feels really good looking over it, especially away. I like getting the away pins because you get to look at the crowd and they're clapping during the match, especially when you're losing. Because I was down against a kid from Ocean City and Southern, and came up with 2 big pins in the second period against a kid from Southern, third period against a kid from Ocean City, and just looking over at the crowd, and they're all loud during the match, but then they're silent after the kid just got pinned.
Wow.
Great.
Here in the wrestling room at O'Brien Hall with John Stone, talking a little wrestling. Got the mats all greased up and ready to go.
Sure.
Looking for his 20th win on the season. Really been getting after it, going into districts. What I didn't realize is this is actually your first year on the mats, and you're approaching 20 wins. Talk a little bit about that and how fast you picked up the sport.
It took time. It honestly took time. I started going to Patriot Club right after football ended, which is a wrestling club at the CAC over there, and I've just been working and slowly getting myself up to where I need to be to compete at the highest level. And coaches, Coach Ring, Coach Huff, Coach Rennick, and Coach Espo and Coach Basile, they've been trying to get me to that level, and I think I'm finally getting there now.
How do you expect the wrestling to help you with football next season?
It's just a domination sport. It's one against one. It's a gladiator sport, and that's my type of sport. And I like competing, and it's a lot about competing. It's going to help me with my footwork and my base overall.
Good stuff.
We got the wrestling locker room in here, and champions start here, like that sign. Why not left sign right there, for sure. And then this is the coaches' locker room. I mean, it's coaches where the coaches talk and meet before games, and this is the football locker room. They got ping pong. This is where track is right now, so they got ping pong table out right now. I don't know why, but they got ping pong table out.
Good stuff. We were talking a little bit out there on the field about, your commitment level to Rutgers and just how excited you are to stay home. Just kind of walk me through that whole thing again, because I thought everything you said out there on the field was great, but we had so much wind going on.
I'm 100% committed to Rutgers, and I want to be able to do it at home, and now I can stay focused. Now I'm committed, I'm focused, can get built and ready for focus on wrestling now, which committing helped me focus on wrestling now, get better at wrestling, and then this offseason get bigger, faster, stronger, bring a state championship here, and then head out to Rutgers and become a leader over there.
Good stuff. So have you been a Washington Township kid all your life?
Yes, I have. I'm pretty much born and raised here. Played all my youth sports here. Played all my high school sports here. I owe Township everything. Township is my home, and it's a great place to be. But my dad's from Woodbury, and my mom is from Washington Township. Two great areas. I definitely think my dad, being from Woodbury, gives me that Woodbury tough, which is pretty cool. And my mom, being from Township, she's super smart, so gives me the smarts and intelligence. It's a great combination.
Good stuff. We were talking a little bit behind the scenes about your relationship with Augie Hoffman, who's really been recruiting you. Talk a little bit about that.
He plays physical and nasty, and I think I play physical and nasty, and I feel like he likes that I play that way, and he likes the grittiness that I have, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how he feels that I'm gritty. So, and I like that. I like that in a coach. He's intense, and he seems like a gritty coach, and he's gonna make me overall a better person and player.
Yeah, you were telling me he sees a lot of the same traits that he has in himself in you. I mean, how did it feel, for a guy like that who's played at Boston College, went on to play a little bit in the league? How does it feel, a guy at that level saying he sees a little bit of his capabilities in you?
It feels great knowing that he played in the NFL and he sees something in me. So we're here, and the top is up here. We're climbing to the top, and hopefully he can coach me up and help me get to the top.
It'll be interesting to watch.
Yes, sir.
Walk me through that first visit to Rutgers, which ultimately results in you being offered.
I got toured around the facility. Coach Joe Triano, Coach Triano's son, drove us around campus and stuff like that in a car, and we got to see the school and stuff like that. And then after that, I got to meet with some position Coach Ulrich. I met with Coach Glenson, I think that's how you say it, the offensive coordinator at Rutgers. And then I finally got to meet with Coach Triano in his office, and that's where he gave me the offer.
And just talk a little bit about the emotions at that point. You're sitting in the office with Greg Schiano, the face of the Rutgers football program. He's extending you an offer, saying that you're a guy that can help his program get to the level it needs to get to. How was that for you?
Oh, I felt amazing. Felt like I was on top of the world. All the hard work starting to pay off. He really sees something in my game, and I see something in Rutgers that Rutgers can be something in the next couple years for sure.
I also heard you've recently experienced the growth spurt and have a dad that's pretty mountainous.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, my dad's 6'6", pretty tall. I was about 5'9" my freshman year, and now I'm about like 6'3.5". So I hit a nice growth spurt. It helped for sure.
When did you know that you had the tools to play at this level, the Big Ten level?
I've been working hard like my whole life, so hard work. I've been just staying focused, and I knew the growth spurt was going to come eventually. Genetics were going to kick in. And once they kicked in, it just took off because I played physical when I was 5'9", so adding that physicality to the 6'3.5", 6'3", it just took off.
Nice. Now, there was a former first face of the class, a young man named Jazare Peterson. You play a similar position. Have you had any contact with him? I know he's a kid that Rutgers was still recruiting.
No, I have not.
Okay. Have you started to kind of talk to any of the other guys in the class about joining you up here at Rutgers?
Yeah, I've talked to a few kids. Coach Fran has been having me reach out to a few kids and trying to get them to hop on board the 2023 class to make Rutgers #1 one day.
Talk a little bit about Coach Fran and your relationship with him.
Coach Fran's like family, man. He's got this family. He brings this family atmosphere to everything. Great connections all over the place. He's just a great dude overall.
Nice. Talk a little bit about these goals at Rutgers. Obviously, you get to stay home, provides a great opportunity for your family to watch you play. What are your personal goals? What do you want to accomplish over the next 4 to 5 years at home?
No, I want to be a leader. First and foremost, I want to be a leader. Then I want to try and start my freshman year. That's a goal for sure. I want to be a starter. Most likely center. Start center because I want to be a leader. And I want Rutgers to be #1. I want to be #1 in the country one day up at Rutgers.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time, young man. This is Todrick Hunt, NJ.com, signing off.
Yes, sir.